Hi guys, this is Rob with Deluks Gaming. We are back with Kerbal Space Program. So we left off. Let's just take a quick look here. We still need to escape the atmosphere and orbit Kerbin. No problem. We're not going to add any more right now just because, well, you know, I need to stay focused on as few things as possible in order for me to accomplish anything. So let's get to it. Let's build... Oh, right. First, before we do that, we have some research points. That's one thing we did do well on the last episode. We were able to get ourselves 71.1 research points. So let's make use of that right now. So first things first, I want to be sure that we are capable of exiting the atmosphere and doing it with a little bit of style. So let's go for some general rocketry. That's 20 science points. That'll give us the... this wonderful little engine here, that's the LV-T45. It is not quite as powerful as the LT, well, the other one. It looks like this, but it's different. This one here, you're able to maneuver your ship a little bit better. So it is really good for doing as a final rocket. Also, what else we want? I want some either big fuel tanks or... Yeah, see, we don't have any big engines right now. So I was kind of hoping for those solid rocket boosters. Yeah, I don't know where they are. But so there's this one here, which is 45 science. So that'd be it. We'd be done. You know, I don't know if that's worth it. Let's... well, what we could do is get this one. And then we get the radial decouplers that allows us to jettison off a whole bunch of solid rocket boosters. And I think that's what we'll do. Just the little ones, though. We won't be able to get the big ones. But that's okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's 18 science, and then we can still get, well, we can still get this guy with this little, the LV-909 engine, which is great, a great little engine. It's very efficient, I believe. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's pretty efficient. It doesn't have a lot of thrust, but then it doesn't blow through fuel like the other ones do, right? So. Great for in-space maneuvers. You know, you just got to be patient with it, right? Good little engine. What else is on here? We've also got the landing struts and the radial mount parachute. Well, the landing struts, of course, we'll be using when we go to try to attempt to land on Minmus and the moon, but right now we're not even going to think that far ahead. We need to get out of the atmosphere and into Kerbin's orbit. So let's get this started. We have our capsule, and of course, first thing we do, let's just get our parachute on there now, because how embarrassing would that be? Poor Jebediah up in space, no parachute. That'd be terrible. Okay, so we've got that. We do want to use whatever science we have available to us. We'll just throw a couple of these on. Hopefully we can get into orbit and make use of that. Is that centered? Yeah, that's pretty good. No, it's a little off. Yeah, well. Okay, and now let's beef this sucker up. We want to be sure that we can get out of the atmosphere, and we want to be able to fly in the direction that we choose. So first off, let's get on the largest fuel tanks. Oh, no. Decoupler first. Always remember your decoupler. There we go. Let's get... nope, yeah, the biggest fuel tanks we have, these guys. Let's do, I don't know, one more after that? Whoops. We're not going to worry about naming spacecraft unless, you know, we think we're ever going to use them again. The reason I say we'll probably never use the spacecraft again, well, we might use something similar, but we'll probably never use it again because we'll have more advanced parts from all the science, all the wonderful GC science we're going to get from this mission. And we are going to make use of the LV-T45 engine, our newest engine that allows us to steer just ever so slightly better. And we now, so now we have, do we want to add another stage to this? Just kind of a tertiary stage? Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun. Okay, so we're also going to add... let's add this guy and a little engine and another decoupler in between. Let's just double check our stages too, make sure. Okay, so we got that, then we got that, and then we got our little engine, and then we got our next decoupler, which is attached to our main rocket. And then we are going to add radial decouplers. So these work exactly the same way as the stack decouplers. They're for multi-stage rockets. So we're going to do 4, or we're going to go crazy and do... No. Let's do 4. Let's do 4. But anything more than that, I think is too much. Of course, you're fighting against gravity, and the more weight you have, the more difficult it is when you're fighting against gravity, so you want to be careful when you're doing stuff like this. But I think 4 should be okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach some of those... Why does that look crooked? Does that look crooked to you? Oh, it looks a little crooked to me. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's just got to get us into space, right? Okay, so let's get... where is it here? What are we looking for? Oh, engines. There we are. Oh, we can have the big solid rocket fuel booster. How come we can have... Oh, I didn't think we actually bought that yet. Okay, all right. I guess that came with... Maybe that came with the other engine. Okay, perfect. That's awesome. These suckers are... well, let's just take a look. So, they 315 thrust, and they have solid fuel. Oh, it doesn't really say. Hold on, engine ISP. I can't read this. But, you know what? They look really big, and they probably have lots more fuel than these ones. These little guys. Solid fuel. Amount 433. Solid fuel. Amount 850. So they contain about double. About double. So let's make use of those. Let's throw those on. Let's see if we can't make this so that these suckers touch the ground at about the same time. Same place that... how come I can't put that on? Oh, okay. Weird. Alright. That's not going to work. Okay, so what we need to do is bring that down to about there. Lovely! That looks very, very nice. Excellent. So staging. These 4 will be together, and then we have the stacked decouplers that are holding them on after that, and then we have our main center rocket that will fire, and then the stacked decoupler will... the little guys. So just in case. So basically what I'm thinking here is we launch, use whatever we can with these guys, and then hopefully get at least close to, if not out of the atmosphere with these guys, and then fire up this rocket to get us into a nice, pretty little orbit. And if anything goes wrong, we always have this rocket as a backup. Say, you know, we get into orbit, we run out of fuel. I can't see us running out of fuel. It looks like we've got a lot of rocket power here. I think I'm happy. Let's see. Anything else? No. Oh, well, we could put these on for steering. What do you think? They look pretty. I don't know if they really help. I don't know. Look kind of cool. They don't really look straight, do they? They don't look straight. Why don't they look straight? Am I just crazy? But that doesn't even look straight. What the hell? That's okay. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why with real rocket ships they do not put stuff like that up top. They usually put them down at the bottom. So we could put them right on these, but that's kind of silly. Let's want them to be, you know, give us that extra little bit of maneuverability. I don't know, they look crooked. They totally look crooked. I don't know, we'll find out. Let's find out. Alright, I think we're ready for launch. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Our staging looks really good though. I'm happy. Let's go. Let's launch this sucker. Alright, Jebediah, here we go, buddy. I should switch out the Kerbal. Nah, we'll leave Jeb for now. Jeb's fine. I don't want to lose Jeb. We would find a Kerbal that is far less worthy. Throw him in here. These fins look totally crooked, and maybe it's just me. I don't know. They look totally crooked. Let's get a nice little vantage point here. Let's see. How do I rate? That's fine. That's fine. All right, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold on, T. Awesome. I did adjust the volume in the game because couldn't really hear me over top of the rockets. I hope that's sufficient. If not, I will adjust it a little bit more, but I did turn all the volume down by 50%. Wow, that solid fuel's going pretty quick, but we're making making some good speed here, actually. We're doing pretty well. I think we'll be able to get maybe 6,000, 7,000 before we have to let those guys go. Everything seems a little crooked. Just seems just a touch crooked. We must be off balance somehow. Not quite sure how that happened. Something's not right. Launch. There we go. Yeah. We kind of lost some speed when... Okay, let's roll. We will get it this time. All we want to accomplish this time is to get ourselves nicely into the atmosphere, out of the atmosphere, and maybe do a couple loops around a Kerbin. Jebediah is having an absolute blast. Another thing I want to bring up is that we are not operating with any mods whatsoever. You know, a lot of people, I just don't like playing with mods. I like the vanilla versions of games, and, you know, I'm sure there's lots of great mods. Actually, I've seen some great mods out there that I would love to download, but for the purpose of these YouTube videos for my channel, I want them to be educational based on the game that's presented from the developers. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the mods that are out there. I just want to present it as is. All right, so we've actually we're almost. So if you look up here, it shows you the different densities of the atmosphere. So we're about to leave the next level, and I know we're probably heading a little too high. Okay, I'm gonna cut the engine a little bit. Let's just take a look here. So, oh no, we're not actually heading that high. So now we are going to put a maneuver at the apoapsis here. We're going to add a maneuver. So basically we're going to take this little guy and we're going to stretch it out. And this is at the node. We just want to make, we're going to make a maneuver at that node. And all this is doing is setting up a reminder to do just that. So adding this maneuver doesn't actually do anything until we go and actually make that thrust at this point. So basically this little ball here on the gimbal, that is our prograde vector. Following that, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I know retrograde, if you follow your retrograde vector, if you thrust at the retrograde vector, you will eventually crash into the planet. And that's very handy to know if you're trying to land on a planet. Now this other little blue marker is what we use. So that is the note that we just made. So it's saying that at this point... Oh, crap. We passed it. Okay, so... oh, crap. Whoops. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. How did we miss it? That's weird. Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna add a maneuver. I don't know what happened there. We missed our point. Now that's a terrible. That's a terrible. We're just. There we go. That'll be a little bit better. Okay, so basically. We need to get lined up with that little blue dot, and we're going to fire so that we're thrusting ahead 1,347 meters per second in 10 seconds. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. I'm trying to stay on target here. And I'm not as worried about fuel on this one. So basically, as you can see, we're speeding up. We're putting force. We're applying force to this point in space by this much. So by another 950 meters per second. So the longer we burn, the closer we're going to be to where that this marker is telling us we want to go, or where we place this maneuver. Like we're going to be getting closer to what this maneuver we set up. Like it's starting to expand out on both sides. So yeah. And we can adjust the speed here as well. Whoops, I turned it off for some reason. Didn't mean to do that. So we still need 299 meters per second. We'll just fire that off. Okay. Just need to burn a little bit longer. Try to stay on that point. Woo. A little bit of vertigo there. And off. Let's see where we're at. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a perfect orbit by any means. So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty wide on this side, and we're actually going to be 404. Whoops, sorry, right here. We'll be 513,000 meters away from the planet at the apoapsis. So the apoapsis is, I believe, it is the furthermost point to the planet, and the periapsis, which is right here, will be our closest point to the planet. So at our closest point, we'll be at 727, whatever that is, right? So we can make some adjustments here, but now we know we're going to be in orbit. So I'm just going to speed up time just a little bit. Whoops. Oh, how come it won't let me... There we go. I think you can force the... you can only go so much in time warp until you've reached a safe distance from the planet, right? So, but if you hold down the Alt key, I think you can override that. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to... So we're sitting at altitude 50,000. And it automatically detects whatever you're closest to. So it, in this case, it's that... I'm always respective to the closest heavenly body. So in this case, Kerbin. Now, if I was closer to another planet, it would automatically... It's not always telling me how far away I am from Kerbin. It's telling me how far away I am from the closest heavenly body. And usually it's pretty easy to tell what that is, what we're centered around. So, currently 68,000. Well, okay, so right away. Let's go back here. We've got some music playing. That means we have reached orbit. Woohoo! Contract complete. We have escaped the atmosphere. Excellent. I don't know if that actually gives us any cash right now. I think... Oh, completion rewards. 29,000. Wow. That's pretty impressive. So now we had to reach orbit. So I don't know why that hasn't happened. So reach space. Have not reached orbit. So how do we... can we take a look at that contract? I guess we can't open up that contract. So, achieve orbit around Kerbin. I think we've done that. Looks pretty good to me. We could make a couple adjustments here, and let's hold on. Let's turn off our time warp. Let's make an adjustment. Whoa, that's not what I had in mind. Let's turn that maneuver off, and let's add a maneuver here. Yeah, I don't know how we would... I think we'd have to do it the apoapsis or the periapsis. I'm not sure. Probably be the easiest way. You're always looking for the place where you're going to use the least amount of fuel. This game, everything is about fuel management, right? Okay, so with that we could... well, that just adjusted my... I must have hit the wrong button here. Right, didn't quite mean to do that. So yeah, you can tilt your vectors and stuff, right? Okay, so let's... Okay, so yeah, we could even out our orbit. Maybe that's what it wants me to do. I don't know. But it seems to me we're in space now, right? Okay, so let's go back here. We're just gonna speed it up. Yeah, well, we're gonna actually slow down. Let me get find my vector. So this little symbol here on the gimbal is the retrograde vector. If I fired on the retrograde vector, I am going to hit or come back to the planet's atmosphere. Now, the game is a little... I mean, there's a few things that are not considered within the game, and one of them is your entry speed. You do not take damage when you re-enter the planet. So a lot of care is taken with real astronauts and missions to be sure that they are not entering the atmosphere at an extreme angle and or speed, because they will literally burn up in the atmosphere. So in this game, I don't know if they're ever... you can get a mod that actually makes it so that you take damage on your ship and your, whatever, when you're re-entering planets. But in this game, as it stands, vanilla, you do not. So I'm never really all that concerned with node in Wow. Wow. Plus, did I miss? I missed my vector again. Oh no, that's not the same. What the heck is this one doing over here? Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, so let's adjust that. Might be kind of dark for you guys to see. I might lighten it up in the editor. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna fast forward. We have 11 minutes and 30 seconds before we have to make our burn. So we're just speeding that up. We're at 50 times. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, and just in case you're wondering, I am using the left and right triangle bracket so the period and the comma key, I guess, would be better to period and comma to slow it down. The comma slows it down, the period speeds it up. Okay, so we are coming back. We're on to the sunny side of the planet again, and we have about a minute left before we do the burn. I'm going to speed it up just a touch so that we don't have to wait. I just want to make sure that we are on target. So this time we only have to burn in one direction to 100. We have to push 130.5 meters per second of force in this direction in 40 seconds. So I'll just speed that up just a touch, just so we get there. 30, 20, all right, 10. Haha, do this properly. And we don't have a lot of fuel with this engine. We may actually jettison it after this. Away we go. And X will stop your engines. X. Might have gone a little too far. Not bad. I think that's pretty darn good. And there we go. There you have it, guys. Achieve orbit around Kerbin. We did it. Look at that. 59,055 Kerbin credits. Freaking fantastic. Okay, so now we have a couple things that we have to do out here. Of course, we are we are in a high orbit, so we should be able to get some awesome science. So cross your fingers that we don't screw this up and Jebediah goes flying, because we're going to do an EVA. But first things first, we're going to do Observe the Mystery Goo. 10 science. Okay, it's not as good as it should be, right? You know, let's just take a look at that data. In space, high above Kerbin. Oh, weird. Okay, I think we can get another one in low atmosphere. I'm not sure. Okay, so now we can also do a crew report. Crew reporting in from space. Keep data. Excellent. And of course, here comes our EVA. Ooh. All right, Jebediah. Careful. Now, fortunately, Jebediah has an awesome little spacesuit, so he is protected from the elements out here in the icy regions of space. And so now we can do an EVA report. Excellent. We can actually take the data out of the this unit here. That way we can do another crew report later. And if we want, we could fly around a little bit. But I'm not going to risk it this time. We're just going to board the ship, and we're going to do, let's see. We will do another crew report in a second. I think we'll do it after we've landed. We're going to try and land on a different biome. I didn't get nearly as much data as I thought I was going to. I just want to see something here. Let's bring him out again. I just want to see something. We did an EVA, yeah. Yeah, only 8 science. It seems awfully low. I'm pretty sure that they lowered those numbers. Hold on. Store experiments. Could not be stored. What's going on? Board. Experiments you have collected cannot be stored in this command panel. Are you sure you want to continue? I think it's because we already have the maximum. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, Jebediah, you look like you're having a blast. All right, let's get home. So, how do we get home? Well, remember what I said about that retrograde vector? Let's make sure that we are at regular speed. We are going to... Oh, why can't I turn the ship? Oh, it's turning. slowly turning. So we want to flip around. We have just a tiny little bit of fuel in our main engine, but fortunately we brought along a little tiny engine with a little bit of fuel, enough to, oh crap, hello, didn't mean to do that. Alright, turn around. Whoa, this thing moves like a peg. I don't know that these little fins really did any good. Ah, they looked cool. That's what it's all about, right? Looking cool. It's just like with space engineers. It doesn't matter if you screw it up, as long as you look cool. Okay, so now we're going to be right on that retrograde vector. We don't need to do we don't need to build a maneuver to do this, because it's pretty straightforward. All we got to do is start firing on that vector, and yeah, we're there. Okay, so let's get that rolling. Let's see where we're at right now. Okay, perfect. Let's fire it up. We'll just use whatever fuel we have left in that engine, and you'll notice it should be changing pretty dramatically fast. Look at that. Yeah. So, like I said, we're not worried about the speed at which we re-enter. There we go. And if necessary, we still have a little engine with a full tank of fuel. And man, does that ever move better than... Whew! Now, later on in the game, we can get something called RCS. I don't remember what that stands for. RCS fuel and RCS engines that allows us rotation control. Rotation control? I think it's rotation control. Rotation control systems. Anyway, so that allows us to steer our ship in space, and that becomes extremely important with some of the later ship designs. They will be considerably larger than what we have here. So we're just going to fire a little tiny bit more, because I want to make sure that we're hitting land, because we've already done some science on the water. So I want to be sure that we're hitting land. It should move pretty quick. Yeah, there it goes. Excellent. So I'm pretty happy. The 2 missions, very happy. Substantial amount of money. That should be enough to fund our next adventure. And of course, we're going to stick to the contracts. We want to be sure that we're doing whatever whatever my science team down at the Space Center wants me to do. That's what we're going to do. Because they seem to know what they're doing. They don't look like they know what they're doing, but they seem to know what they're doing. Okay, so just a little bit more, and then we should be good to go. And then I'm just going to speed up time a little bit. Yeah, the gravity of the planet will suck us in and bring us in about there. And I don't think we'll be going that fast. Well, maybe we will be. I don't know. Turn off that engine. We're going to speed up time. Just like that. Da-da-da. And there is mods you can get. Of course, most of you who watch Kerbal stuff online, I'm sure already know this, but there's mods you can get to actually add clouds and texture and stuff to the planet, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, I'm not going to be doing that with this series. I just want, you know, I want to present the game as it was from the developers. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the mods, because there isn't. Okay, that's where are we at. All right, let's just speed it up just a little bit more here. And we didn't even need to use our little... As a matter of fact, we're going to get rid of that sucker. Oh, wait. Why can't we jettison that? Hello? Oh, is it because... Oh, it's because... There we go. We had too much speed. That's why. Okay. And it's magic that you can move this little pod. Okay. Let's just double check our mystery goo. Yeah, no, we got the science here. And we should be able to... We're going to be landing on some kind of... I don't know, either plains or highlands. Now, you see, I always try to position my pod as if it was possible to take damage. So the trick, I think, is 45 degrees. And you want... Oh, shoot. I did not mean to launch my parachute. That can get burned off, so this could end badly for Jebediah. Uh-oh. I don't think so, though. I don't think we... And that's another thing, you know, in reality, if my chute had gone off at that point, we're done. We're finished. There we go. Awesome. We're just going to speed it up a little bit. And 6,000, 5,000. Want to make sure at 500 you are no longer using the fast speed. Okay, 2, 1. Okay, slower down. And let's turn off SAS. There we go. Just like that. And we are bringing you safe and sound. We're just going to check the goo. No, nothing we can do here. I think we have to wait now until we hit the ground. So was that 1,000 that the parachute opened? Is that right? Or 1,500? Something like that. You just gotta make sure that you turn off that speed boost. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that the altitude of this land may be much higher than the ocean. So this is deceiving. Yeah, and it's absolutely true. Yeah, so we are actually 582 meters above sea level. So you have to watch that altimeter. It is correct in saying it's 582, but you know, we're not on the sea. We're on some kind of hilly, mountainy plain. So let's just check our goo. Spectacular. We got another 3, and we're going to do another crew report. Another 1.5 science, and of course, Jebediah can pop out. Where is he? There he is. All right, Jebediah, you're going to do an EVA. Awesome. And you're also going to... Whoops. You're going to come over here, and we're going to do something fun. First things first, Jeb. Let's zoom in on you. Let's take a surface sample. 9 science. Wow. Lots of sand and rocks here. So this is Kerbin's desert. This is a desert? Yeah. Not very deserty. You're thankful that you've been in a climate-controlled environment because it sure looks hot out. And hot out there. Okay. The sand is dry and loose, and it looks like it's going to take some effort to clean your gear afterwards. Fantastic. So, another thing you can do, I think... Oh, plant a flag. That's always fun. I proclaim this land Jebediah's. You can also make your own custom flags. Site name, first time tasting sand. And you can make your own flags. You just have to make sure that they fall within the resolution, like they can only be so wide by so long, or so deep by, you know what I mean. They can only be so long and then so tall. But I don't have that information offhand. If you're interested, of course, it's all on the Kerbal page, I believe. All right, and that's it. We're done here, and we're going to recover the vessel. And just like that. Oh, right. Oh, shoot. That just recovered my dude. So now we actually have to go here and click on our spacecraft and recover. Right, so what I did there is I hit recover vessel, but I wasn't in the vessel. I forgot to look at all that stuff. But we got a lot of money. Look at that. We're at 105,000, and we got a whole crap load of science to spend. So I will leave it at that. On the next episode, guess what we get to do? We get to... Oh, look at all these tests. These are a pain. Oh, we get to test the MK16 parachute, the BACC solid fuel booster. Is that the one I was using? I think so. The Sepratron 1. Sepratron 1. Oh, that's their little jets that shoot away your... Yeah. They shoot away your... Whatever, when you decouple from something, they will shoot something away. They will shoot it away. Stack decoupler. Test a stack decoupler. A radial decoupler. Rescue salmon Kerbin from Kerbin. Really? While cleaning up after another unintended ignition, an employee passing by C7 Aerospace Division realized that shortly after an unconfirmed new discovery, we told Salmon Kerbin that he would just have to wait. Really? One could at least say that we are wiser now, because it's clear that all Kerbals enjoy feeling weightless, so this is why we're here. Rescue Salmon Kerbin, who was stuck in orbit. In orbit! No kidding! And here I was thinking Jebediah was the first Kerbin in orbit. He's the first Kerbin maybe in orbit that got back. And of course, he laughed too. That's funny. Thanks, Gene. And explore the moon. All right, so we're going to get started on all of this. I'm going to think about how I'm going to attack this because there's a lot here. And of course, we can't take on too much because our little brain can't handle it. So we will see you next time. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please hit the like button and subscribe. All right, take care, guys.